As a means of introduction, my name is Alana Carpenter, and I have the opportunity to lead an organization called Intriciti. Essentially, as an organization, we meet people where they're at to explore their faith, to grow in their faith, and to integrate their faith. This past fall, we had the opportunity to collaborate with RZIM Canada as we explored life's new questions. So we brought an RZIM speaker and an industry leader together to tackle what we felt business leaders, both of faith and not of faith, were wrestling through.
Just moments ago, I finished speaking to around 250 executives and leaders from around that business district. And the theme of this series of talks is the different things that we need to reimagine about our lives in the light of all of the impact that COVID-19 has had.
It can sometimes be said that Christianity is a crutch for the Christian, and yet when we look at the Bible, we are not promised a life free of suffering. In fact, it's quite the opposite, and we are told that we can expect that to be a part of our journey. In the life of Christ himself, he led this beautiful life of compassion, and it was met with such a response of grave injustice. And so for the believer, when we look at the gospel message and the reality of life around us, it is not the belief that we will escape suffering, but the confidence that God is who he says he is, not in spite of my suffering, but through it.
This Remembrance Day, I had the chance to join a marketplace leader to speak on the topic of freedom. I spoke on how in this time of COVID-19, we're acutely aware of the ways in which we are not as free as we used to be, but how on Remembrance Day, we remember a freedom of a different kind, as we think of our armed servicemen and women who, instead of clinging to their own freedoms, have given them away for the sake of others. Something that ultimately points us to the God of the Bible, who gives up his freedom for us on the cross.
You know, I'm just so amazed at how RZIM has been determined to not let this COVID pandemic get in the way of us sharing the message of Jesus Christ. I've just had the opportunity to speak about this topic of justice, something that we've all been dealing with during this time of the pandemic. No matter where you are in this world, we have been dealing with this concepts of inequality, the concepts of unfairness, the concepts of moral rights and wrongs. Our humans value all of these kind of things. And the business community is not exempt from it. Even within their own community and culture, they have the ability to reflect. Where have I gotten this wrong? Where have I not addressed injustices in my workplace? Where have I not seen injustices that have happened that I should be seeing that have happened? And so I'm just grateful that we are still finding ways as an organization to continue to make sure that we are relevant and we are significant to the cultural moments that are happening. And that is being done through the Canadian Business Initiative. Even over Zoom, even when things are shut down, we still have a voice in where culture is going, and the message of Jesus Christ is not going to be lost during this time.